Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching for Monday. Mid-morning, early afternoon. I had a couple of coaching calls this morning, and I was just trying to get my show put out before I've got some afternoon things I've got to get caught up on. Welcome to a brand new episode and a brand new week of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. We talk about in episode number 60, celebrity. Does it matter? Does the power of celebrity matter? Does it matter in your business life? Does it matter in association with your personal life or professional life? Well, the answer is a big yes. You go back several years ago, there was a high-known celebrity, I'll leave the name unknown, that had a tragic ending, had a pretty famous life as a kind of a model, so to speak, married somebody that was very fluent, and unfortunately, that person passed away, and then a couple years later, she had a tragic end too as well. But we found out at that point in time, right around that period, maybe mid-2000s, early 2000s, that the power of celebrity sometimes mattered more than credentials. And that's the truth. So we're going to use some examples to it. The number one search term on Google last year, I think Yelp too as well. Well, Yelp really wouldn't have much to do with it, but let's just say Google in general, was the word Kardashian. Like Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, and all of them. And it was the biggest search term and biggest searched term on Google. Amazing, isn't it? You would think there'd be a bunch of other things in the process of it, but it mattered. Celebrity mattered. Whether you like him or not, again, not open for political discussion, but Trump is a celebrity. He was a celebrity on his TV show, The Apprentice. He was a celebrity in the real estate market. He was a celebrity, period, for many, many years. That got him into office. No doubt helped his image with the rest of the world when it came to the power of celebrity. Arnold Schwarzenegger, governor of California, same thing. I'm not saying he was a great governor or not. It's irrelevant. It's that the power of celebrity got him into office and got him into situations and opportunities that probably most of us would not get just because he had that power of celebrity. And people saw him as an expert. They saw him as a person of influence because how was this person able to get to the top of their field and what they did, with the knowledge they had, and bring it and still stay on top no matter what? How do they do it? So they're a pretty easy choice when it came politically to do it because they're respected as an authority. They're respected as somebody that's a person of influence that has the ability to get known and have others know them. So celebrity matters. Celebrities in commercials, you see them all the time. You used to see them back many years ago, even in the 90s and stuff. You would see these celebrities touted in commercials left and right, no matter what they were. And they're still doing it to this day. They're talking about things, whether it's retirement programs, no matter what it happens to be. Celebrity matters. It matters more than most people will think. An example of this is Kylie Jenner making a tweet about how she didn't like Snapchat out of the blue, and then they supposedly lost $1 million instantly and have lost, they claim much more than that since then because she said, and I quote, Snapchat sucks. I don't think Snapchat sucks. I actually like Snapchat, but for her, it wasn't her day, and she thought Snapchat really wasn't her thing. But it affected it. It's amazing that a person of celebrity influence can make that much of a difference in your business. And that particular day, I mean, Snapchat's one of the biggest platforms out there right now. Snapchat's huge. There's no question about it. It's one of the biggest. Instagram and Snapchat are what I talked about at the Millennium Music Conference this upcoming week about how to get your message out there and who to do it in an instantaneous format in the music world. And did these platforms matter? Well, the two biggest platforms I think out there. I mean, generally, Facebook is your big monster on the block. That is your biggest platform. I'm on Facebook majority of the time. My age demographic, Generation X. So that's our platform generally right there. But as you go younger, it changes. And Instagram right now, personally, I think is the most powerful platform, most influential platform. But now we're finding Snapchat. It's just such a huge platform. I have my friend Rob Hampton, which does my website, does a lot of my stuff. He actually spoke with me at the conference this upcoming weekend, told me about Snapchat in its infancy years ago. This is going to be the biggest thing. And I thought 20 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it happens to be, nobody's going to care about that. It's just too short. I was wrong. I was extremely wrong because I underestimated the power of what you could do in that short period of time. And that also blows back to the power of celebrity. Some of these celebrities have done so much in a year or two. They're all of a sudden huge. It's not like they're a long-term success. They are literally an overnight success. And because they're an overnight success, they command that attention from people around them. They command that attention from other business leaders. They command that attention from just the general public, you and I, everybody. So it's here to stay, guys. You want to understand what it's about, what kind of influence they have in your everyday life, in your business life. Like I said, they've been using them commercials for many, many years. And now, because of the internet and because of the exposure and the ability between platforms like Twitter, platforms like Facebook, of course, right here, platforms like Instagram, platforms like Snapchat, and so many others, Pinterest, whatever. I'm on all of them myself, just because I like to distribute all the content and all the ideas I get, and ideas I might get from my members, some of my ideas from my coaching clients that I decide I want to bring out into the open forum. It's a huge, huge opportunity to understand and leverage the power of celebrity in your business or your world. If you're a sales rep, and you have somebody in your circle of influence or people that you're working with that have the ability to influence others and say, you know what, this, you should talk to this man or woman. They really have their quote-unquote shit together. They really have their stuff together. Make sure that you talk to them. They could help you, guide you. They have the ability. They have the circle of influence. And you're able to get opportunities just because you're connected with those figures of influence. Well, they, in a sense, are their own celebrity. They may not be celebrities like the Jenners, like Kardashians, like Jay-Z, like Donald Trump. They may not be to that level of celebrity, but they're a celebrity in your world, in your business world. So even though they're not mainstay names that are researched every single day, they could be celebrity influencers in your life, in your business, in your capacity as a sales rep, in your capacity to run a department, no matter what it is. They have the powers of influence to make and help your business, your life, your position, your company grow dramatically fast. So if you can, and with their permission ethically, work with them, listen to them, and if they allow you to use their position and their name as a point of influence, a point of celebrity to help those around you, you should do so. As long as it's going to help, there's no question about it. It's going to help build your stock, so to speak, in your life, in your customer base, in your client base, whatever that happens to be. So guys, don't underestimate the power of celebrity. There are many, many examples. We could be here for an hour or two just talking about the different opportunities that are out there. But your circle of influence and your celebrity, and I'm going to get more into circle of influence in a different day because that is for a totally different podcast. But just right now, pick to the power of celebrity and the type of opportunities that can be opened from that. And don't underestimate the power of those celebrities. We're not in a credential-based society. Dr. Paul Artunian said it many years ago, one of the world's greatest experts on publicity. I mean, by far, he's literally the gentleman that sold the Brooklyn Bridge. And I was at a conference once and heard him speak about that. He says, people underestimate that we are not a credential-based society. He goes, I have credentials. I have a doctor in front of my name. I'm a professor at a university, or was at the time, at one point in time, I should say. So I'm considered a person that has all of those credentials. But I'll tell you, pale in comparison to celebrity. And when he said this was probably 2006. We're in 2017 now. And he said, celebrity's on the upswing. That is stock. Understand it, realize it, adapt it, and embrace it, because it's here to stay for a long period of time. It's the generation that we're in today. We're in the generation of celebrity. Because of that, embrace it. Use it in your life to your advantage. Use it ethically, correctly, and morally sound. And make sure you do what you say you will do with it. So guys, that's our episode today of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. I hope it's really broken down some barriers of understanding. Again, credentials are very, very important. There's a lot of things. If you're going to the hospital and your doctor just said, hey, listen, I watched Dr. McDream here, whatever, or one of these shows, and now I'm a doctor because I was influenced by it, the way he was swooned after by women, or women loved him, whatever the case was, that mattered. It doesn't matter. But it did matter at the end of the day that they're probably more well-known, the fake doctor, than the real doctor. that is going to operate on your heart or your lungs or whatever. So credentials are important in many, many things. I think credentials are vitally important. I think a person that can give you business advice in your business as it run, grown, and lost parts and made mistakes in business is not going to be a very good coach or consultant personally. It's just my perspective onto it. I've seen both sides of it. I've seen people without the real world experience. It's kind of tough to give somebody experience based on what they saw in a seminar or they read in a book. Even though some of the information might be extremely good and very well intended, it may not help you. So there are appointed credentials where it's helpful, but do not, for at any point, underestimate the power of celebrity. I was just watching one of my favorite long-term musicians, and I'll wrap it up with this, Billy Idol. Big fan, been since I was a kid. Billy Idol was huge when I was in high school and as I got out, and I followed his career. And he's just a really, really talented guy, and you could tell he's a generally good guy. He may come off with this hard rock punk image, but he's generally, you could tell, a very good person, a very smart business person. But back in 2015, he came out on stage, I forget, at some event with Miley Cyrus. Now, Miley Cyrus is a talented kid. There's no doubt about that. Whether you love her or hate her, she's got talent. I mean, her father was very talented, and she has got a lot of talent. And she's got very talent at spinning things and using her power of celebrity between her original Hannah Montana days to being an actress and a pop superstar. Well, she got out there and sang, and she can definitely sing. If you say she can't, you'd be wrong. I'm sorry. She could definitely sing, and it wasn't doctored up. And she gets out there and does Rebel Yell with Billy Idol. Well, that was a brilliant move, because even though Billy Idol is known by many, to this generation, many do not understand who Billy Idol is. But they understand who Miley Cyrus is. So now he's introducing himself to a new generation by associating himself with a modern-day celebrity. Back in the 80s and 90s, he was a superstar. He was a big celebrity. He didn't need anybody else to help him. But coming into new generations that have no idea who necessarily Billy Idol was, maybe they recognize a song, but they don't really know the name, he attached himself with a celebrity, a modern-day celebrity like Miley Cyrus, which went out and rocked the stage with him and did a very good job. I mean, I'm not going to knock it and say it was some kind of cheap spin-off that she didn't do her part. She did her part, and she did a very good job rocking it right along with Billy Idol. So he used the power of celebrity, or his promoters or management company decided to spin both of them together to bring it into a new generation of fans and people that are going to see it. So even in the smallest venues like that, you wouldn't think you'd put those two in the same boat, but you do. And it turns out Miley Cyrus is a big Billy Idol fan, so it was perfect. But she's introducing her fan base to him. All right, guys? So don't ever underestimate it. Use and leverage the power of it ethically and honestly every single time, and you cannot lose. So that's our brand new episode number 60 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching. It has gone so fast. We start our episodes back in late November, and we're coming to you with brand new ones every single day with brand new, fresh, relative content that helps you build your business and your career if you choose to use it. All right, guys, thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Feel free to leave comments. Feel free to leave some opinions you have and some ideas if you have it. I always welcome it. I always appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great Monday. Appreciate it. Bye.